they have a chance to do something that we can't 100% confirm, but are pretty sure has only happened once in the modern last 50 years.
Right.
And that is a basketball team losing fewer regular season games in the same season than the football team. We found out that the 73-win Warriors did that when they lost fewer games than the Raiders did when they were still the Oakland Raiders back in the day. And right now, the Cavs are 54-10 with 18 games to go. And the Browns lost 14 games in their season in 2024.
Right.
So instead of asking can, because we've talked about the fact that they can, the question is will they? Will the Cavaliers finish the regular season with fewer losses than the Cleveland Browns did in their regular season?
So they have to win 69 games. If they win 68, it's tied.
It's tied, correct.
69. They've got 18 games left.
And
at some point,
wins.
they're gonna. At some point in the next couple, with at least a week or two to go, they're gonna clinch the top seed in the East. Now, how hard they're gonna play for the top overall seed against Oklahoma City, I don't know.
They're better.
They're playing a lot of bad teams the rest of the season, but they do have 4 games in the last 2 weeks against the Knicks and Pacers, who will probably have something to play for where the Cavs don't. However, the Cavs have shown that even with their bench guys, they've won a lot of games. And the Cavs have also shown they're not big into maintenance days. They're not a team. Not once this year have the Cavs sat multiple guys for maintenance days in the same game.
Correct.
Not once. Now, maybe they will down the stretch, but I think you don't want to get too crazy with the rest. So I'm going to say so I give you all that to say, yes, the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to lose less games than the Cleveland Browns for the Browns 24-25, both teams, 24-25 season. The Cavs are going to finish 69-13.
Very nice.
They'll fall just shy of the 70 wins. They're going 15-3 the rest of the way, and they will have less losses than the Browns.
No, before you go, we're gonna get my producer's hat on.
Give
me a music bed. I need a music bed.
Can we do that?
Whimsical music bed.
You can do that?
Yeah, I could do that. Like this.
No, I mean, does Steve have the ability to just randomly put up a music bed? I don't know.
We can do that.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is play the real-time schedule game. Since I've got it right here, ready to go. And we're going to go through.
Yes.
And there it is.
All right, here we go.
Hey, Brooklyn Nets.
That's a win.
Memphis Grizzlies.
Where is it?
It is in Memphis. That's
Memphis
a tough
has
one.
not been playing well lately, though, right, Mike?
They have not, no.
That's
Correct, you're right. They have not been playing.
That's a dub. We're giving them a win.
I don't know about that.
I'm going win.
Win. Hey, Orlando Magic. That's a win. That's at home.
It's a win.
LA Clippers on the West Coast.
Oh, that's
It's
the
this
West Coast.
five-game road trip, these next 5
I'm
games.
going to call that
are-
a loss.
You gonna give them a loss?
Call it a loss.
That's a win.
I gave them a win.
Call it a loss.
Sacramento Kings.
That's a win.
Dub.
Stink.
Friday, March 21st in Phoenix.
Win.
Phoenix needs to win.
Win.
They
I'm gonna
fight
give
for
them
the
one loss
play-in.
on this
No,
road trip,
they'll
but
be
that's not
fine.
it.
Dallas,
That ain't it?
Dallas don't got Kyrie.
You're not gonna give them that.
They'll be fine.
Donovan Mitchell goes home. No, this is 3:30. This is here, Utah Jazz.
Win.
No, it's in Utah. In Utah.
In Utah.
That's a win.
It's
That's
a
a
win.
win.
Got you. Portland Trailblazers.
Win. Even though they play.
I'm going to go win. That would give
Yeah.
if I'm right, that's like a 20-game winning
That's
streak.
win. I'm
Or
gonna give them a
more
win
than
too.
that, maybe. Go ahead.
San Diego. San Antonio, no Wemby. Win.
It's
Win.
home. That's back home.
Win.
Yeah. Friday, March 28th. Does this get their first L? Detroit Pistons, 7 p.m.
Win.
This would be for 24 straight
That's
weeks.
for
Can't pick
24.
losses here.
Yo, y'all on
They're gonna
24.
lose. They're
Y'all
gonna
on
lose one of those
24.
games.
Y'all
They're-
need to cut it out.
They're going to lose one of those games. There's no way they can win these all.
I got 2
I
losses so far.
don't think they lose that game.
All right, I'm going to go back and say they lose to Phoenix, and then I'm going to pick
Right now, G has them on a 24-game win
So
streak.
I got one
Here's
loss.
their
I got
here's
on
their
a
first
2-game
loss.
Yeah.
The first loss here is March 30th, 3:30 against the Clippers. I got them losing to the Clippers that game.
You think the
Win.
Clippers
So
are
they-
going to wake up for a 3:30 East Coast
No
game
chance.
Say
on
they
the
gonna
back
win
end
now.
of their
That's
West
a
Coast,
win.
East
You
Coast
should have
run?
took the loss back
Well,
when
listen,
I said
okay.
it.
Well, listen. Give me the Clippers loss earlier than that.
Yeah.
Then.
All right, so G has now negated his 24-game win
Yeah, we
streak.
both got one loss.
One loss.
Cavs.
I got 2.
This might be a L2. The New York Knicks, April 2nd.
The Knicks
Where is it
are
at?
winless against the 4 best teams in
Where
the
is
NBA.
it at?
That game's here. The last game against the Knicks is on the road.
I'm gonna call that one. I'm gonna call this one a win if it's here.
Win.
All right, we'll give
They'll
them
win
a
the
win.
last one.
San Antonio, win.
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 Sacramento Kings,
Win.
Win.
Chicago Bulls,
Win.
They are playing a really terrible schedule.
I told y'all.
Yeah.
It's a lot of games.
I know it's a
and
lot
not
of road
nights.
games.
Still
lot
only
of games,
got,
but-
I still only got 2 losses.
Indiana Pacers.
That's a loss. There we go.
So
That
and
was
it's
at
away.
Indiana.
It's away.
That's their second
That's
loss.
Yeah, that's 3.
And then it's a back-to-back against New York.
No, it's not.
They ain't?
Well, Indiana.
April 11th?
Indiana and New York's a back-to-back.
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
the road.
yeah, both on the road. Sorry, yeah,
Okay.
but it's still back-to-back.
I go win.
I
for the
give them
Knicks.
both losses.
I'm gonna go.
Oh, you gave them 2 losses?
I got
Is
4
that it?
losses. I got 4
And then
losses.
they finish at home against the Pacers.
Win.
At home against
They're gonna
Spain.
lose that game.
They're
again.
gonna absolutely tie the record.
There's my 8. There's my 15
They're
and 3.
absolutely gonna tie with the
You're
Cleveland
right.
Browns.
You're right. I got them.
They're
I
gonna
got
get.
them.
They're gonna get 14 losses exactly.
But we do know this.
Okay.
68
That's
14.
crazy.
24 in a
break the
row
franchise record,
is
right?
possible.
Oh yeah.
24 in a row is possible by
Franchise
that
record
schedule.
is 66, I believe, Mike.
66, correct.
They
They
break.
are definitely breaking.
Oh yeah, they're gonna break
definitely
that.
too strong, most likely.
I got
To break
68,
that,
14.
They got to go. What's their record right now? I forgot.
54 and 10.
So all they got to do is go 13 and 5 to break the franchise record. I mean,
easy money.
I'd be stunned if that doesn't happen.
Easy money. And if that 24-game winning streak is possible because
Yeah, it's a lot of road games,
but
but their only good teams they're playing are the one with Memphis and then the 4 that they got with the Knicks and Pacers, right? Who else is good? The Clippers
Clippers.
are all right.
Clippers are good. They're all right. Sacramento's been playing better lately.
Yeah.
My 4 losses was
Phoenix has not been playing
was
well.
the Clippers.
And they got to go to Detroit.
Pacers.
Detroit's one
I
of the
said-
best
I
teams
said
in
the
basketball
Memphis-
last
I said Memphis, Clippers, Pacers, and Knicks. That's my
The
4.
Knicks, Mike, I think their record is like 0 and 12 against
It
the 4
is.
best teams.
They
in
have
the
yet
league.
to beat one of the better teams.
Right,
in
they haven't beat the Cavs, the Celtics,
Thunder.
Thunder, and Denver. Is it?
But the
Who's
Cavs-
in second in
I
the
think
West
it was
now?
Denver.
The
yeah,
Cavs
it was
also-
Or the
have-
Lakers second in the West
The
now.
Cavs also have not played Mitchell Robinson, correct?
So here's to you, Mitchell Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you will know. I think I screwed up the lyrics.
Yeah,
Whoa.
I'm glad that brought that to you. I'm glad.
Now,
Mitchell
I-
Robinson.
Denver's in second now, by the way.
here's why it's very possible that he win 24 in a row because I kept thinking about why are they so good, and then
Just because they got so many scores.
they like even if say for instance you're counting on say for you're looking at the Cavs and you want to find out the recipe or the elixir to beat the Cavs. So you're like, okay, we don't want Donovan Mitchell to get off, okay?
Yeah.
But then you still got Garland, who probably can. If you stop him, that means Garland shoot a lot. And then you say, well, what if we just shut down their guards? Well, if you shut down their guards, I mean, are you going to count on that Mobley and Allen are not going to play well? Or if you say, listen, we want to limit Mobley off the boards, Jared Allen can still get 12 rebounds. And then the thing that really messes everything up is, like, Hunter is like he's a starter. Like
That's the interesting thing. I think Hunter, and we're probably a little prisoner of the moment because all the Cavs have done is win every game since he's been here. But Mike, I feel like he's made a much bigger impact than we thought he would. And he feels like I know statistically he's not, but it feels like he's playing at an all-star level, doesn't it?
it feels like he don't ever miss.
No,
He
Yeah.
had his first bad game against Milwaukee.
Right.
He didn't make it 3. You want to hear how crazy good he's been?
Yeah.
Didn't make it 3 against Milwaukee at his first bad shooting game. He's now shooting 50% from 3
Yeah,
for
like
the Cavs.
he's been
he's
so
dropped from
good.
60 to 50%. And the ability for them to mix and match at the end of games. Putting him at the 4 with Mobley at the 5, the extra spacing that provides, and his ability to be the 2-3 zone breaker from the high post and not only score but facilitate from that spot has been a game changer for the Cavs, especially when they've been struggling in the fourth. He's been one of the guys that bailed them out. Go back to that Portland game. Back-to-back threes in the fourth quarter from each wing. This Miami game, from the high post, scored 2 big buckets late. He's been really, really, really clutch for them. And despite the fact that they've won 14 in a row, we've talked about them not playing their best in those games. They don't win 2 or 3 of those without DeAndre Hunter doing what you see right here on the screen.
You know, Mike, you were all for Cam Johnson at the trade deadline. Do you think now, in hindsight, obviously, you think that if they would have traded for Cam Johnson, they still would have this same stuff? Or do you think Hunter is absolutely the home run and he was obviously the best option?
I mean, they've been perfect with him, so it's hard to argue against anything. I don't think, even though I thought my argument and logic was sound in the lead up to it, I don't think there's any way you could ask for better results than they've gotten so far. So,
and here's the thing, Mike.
Well, I don't think Johnson could play like that if they he can't be at the 4 or the 5, right?
He can play the 4.
Yeah, not the 5.
He's not the defense.
They're not putting Jared Allen on the bench at the end of the game for him.
No,
right?
No, but he played for Max Strus in that situation.
But in a vacuum, Cam Johnson, let's say he's a better player than DeAndre Hunter, right?
I think they're right in the same plane. Yeah.
But on this team. And first of all, we don't know about Cam Johnson's makeup. He might be great. DeAndre Hunter clearly fit in really well, and part of that is his relationship. His relationship with Ty Jerome is a bigger part than maybe we thought.
And I didn't know he was tight with Mobley too.
Right, and with Mobley.
And I had no idea of that facet of it. He's come in seamlessly into this locker room.
You know, it's funny that you say that because I'm like G. Bush now. I watch all these random videos. And
is that a good or a bad thing before you
No, that's good. I have fun. Most of the time it's good.
Once I start a rabbit hole.
Once I start watching the politics, then I got to get the hell out. Yeah. But when it's fun stuff, it's good. And I was watching 2 videos that are involved in kind of what we said here. Number 1, I was watching... what's his name? There's 2 brothers, Richie and I can't remember the other brother's name, Palacios. They're both major league players. They're both kind of fringe major league players. One of them used to be on the Guardians, but I can't remember now which one's on the Pirates. I'm drawing a blank on his first name. But anyway, he was doing this thing for the Pirates social media where he was opening packs of baseball cards. And I just thought it was interesting because I wanted to hear a major leaguer talk about other players. Mm-hmm. I thought that'd be interesting. And it was fascinating. And first of all, this is a guy who's kind of a journeyman, hasn't been in the big leagues that long, spent a lot of time in the minors. You wouldn't think this guy of all guys has a ton of connections around the majors, a veteran.
Josh Palacios.
Okay, you're right, Josh Palacios. And he's opening these cards, and at almost every player he opened, he's like, I played with this guy in the minors. Mm-hmm. I went to, he opens Bo Bichette. I'm like, what could his connection?
Right.
Bo Bichette's dad was, he played in the majors. Mm-hmm. He was awesome. He invited me to his house, and he taught me this. And I just thought that was so cool, all these connections. Because when players get traded or signed, there's the obvious connections that we know about because they played for the same team or they had the same coach. But as you know, Tyvis, better than all of us, and to some degree you do too, playing high-level college football, you never know where guys make connections in sports.
Yeah.
And it's such a fraternity that there may be these friendships and these connections like Evan Mobley and DeAndre Hunter that we wouldn't know.
I mean, it's funny you say that because when I would get cut from a team and then I would sign with another team, the first thing I would do is be like, who do I know?
Exactly.
Who do I know on this team? Right. How do I know this person? I played with him at the Senior Bowl, or we was at the combine together, or I played with him in college, or it's. And
you probably texted these guys.
Yeah,
hey,
I'm on the way.
Yeah, right.
It's almost like we was talking about this show earlier before that we started. We sit down. There's other shows and different spinoffs that people think about doing kind of the same thing that we're doing. And sometimes it works and sometimes it don't. But it's hard because, say for instance, our show is a rotating panel of people talking about non-scripted things.
Right.
So it's you really have to vibe with people. You have to be comfortable enough to give each other a bunch of crap. You got to be self-deprecating where you don't take anything personally. It gets heated sometimes, but the mix of people is what really makes it crazy. Because even with Max Strus, I know I give Max Strus a hard time, a lot of times, and it's tongue-in-cheek, most of it. But
his teammates love him.
But it's Max Strus had 17 the other day, right? They're like, listen, you just go out here and just run around. I need you to run around at the top level run around guy. And Sam Merrill, hey, we need to come off and have no conscience.
Yeah.
And you're like, Sam Merrill, a G League player, and he pulls up when he wants.
I swear, it's unbelievable.
It is.
Sam Merrill get that ball and it's no thought.
At all.
Unconscious. He's going to play because we got an injury update for tonight's game real quick.
Yeah.
Chris Fedor just tweeted this out. Ty Jerome out tonight, rest. Donovan Mitchell, questionable, groin soreness. And DeAndre Hunter, illness, questionable. So the Cavs, in pursuit of history, if they score 110 points tonight
Yeah.
and beat the Nets, they'd be the first team in the history of the NBA to have a 15-game win streak where they scored at least 110 in all 15 games. Tonight they'll have to do it without Ty Jerome. And Mitchell and Hunter both questionable with legitimate
I literally just
issues.
said they don't sit guys. And that, yeah, no, it sounds legit. Now, listen, Hunter's sick. That doesn't sound like a big deal. Ty Jerome is just getting rest. Fine.
Ty Jerome told him, if I'm not playing, Hunter's not playing.
I don't
That's
love
how it works.
it. I'm sure I'm guessing it's minor, but I don't love any idea of Donovan having a groin.
Well, if they're going to put it out there and list them as questionable,
Yeah.
I'm going to guess they're going to play it cautious tonight.
So, which they 100%
Which they should. Yes, 1,000,000%.
Here you
By the way,
go.
the Nets coming
go
off
ahead.
of a back-to-back, and they just beat the Lakers. So
Predict the
Cam
starting.
Johnson was awesome in the fourth quarter last night. Tom.
Predict the starting lineup tonight. Then
Darius,
yeah.
It'll be Darius,
Max.
Max,
Evan.
Isaac, and the two bigs.
Yeah, right.
no
then
D
Merrill-
Wade.
No.
No, they'll start Isaac.
Yeah.